You were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, 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 hours. And it's coming down to now, and now, and now, and now, and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, 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 I was. You were calling me a liar, 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 liar. I've been putting in the hours, 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 hours. And it's coming down to now, and now, and now, and now, and never. I was putting in the was putting in the underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way.
All right,
Hello
hello
and
and
oh,
welcome back. Oh, no,
you got it.
please.
You got it.
Okay, all right, hello and welcome back. So this is going to be our second match streamed of the day, or at least with the casters. It is me. Hi, I'm Claire, and I'm joined here with Ancient Angel. And how are you? This is your first time on the desk for Titans of Tier 3. Just
I know it is. I feel great. I'm excited. We're here week 1 of the 2024 season. Titans of Tier 3. We're making it happen. We've got Fulltilt Esports versus Hijinx, right? That's who we're going over for the next 2 to 3 hours depending on how long the series is. I'm kind of excited. You know, these were two teams that coming into this league, coming into this season, were kind of like a bit more towards the tier 4, like the free agent like 5-stack pug tournaments that you'd see, like a lot of like those crunch like 5-stack Friday type tournaments. And now we get to see them here, Titans at tier 3. They're really getting an opportunity to like prove themselves, actually show that they can take it to that next level, really start to develop here. We talk about tier 3 as like a scene as a whole. It really is where you see a lot of player development happen, right? Like this is gonna be where you see Oxy before he's Oxy, you know?
right, yeah. I mean, all these players are pretty high ranked on the North American ladder. You know, Radiant, Immortals, and some Ascendants are sprinkled around through here. But I mean, yeah, you know, you were saying it. Both these rosters fairly new. You know, trying to prove themselves and climb through this league. And I mean, this is where it needs to happen, right? They need to show themselves. They need to prove themselves. Get recognition from not only the players they're playing against, but you know, getting themselves on stream, right? Building that like a social media presence. We did see that last, you know, game that was streamed. We saw Wi-Fi, a pretty unknown name, doesn't really do too much on social media or anything, but you know, really showed up and popped off. But I mean, we were talking about it. These teams are both very new. You know, had some roster reconstructions before we get into this, but we're hopping right in now to this Agent Select, and it is Breeze on this first map. So excited to see what we got going on here.
Yeah, I mean, Breeze is really interesting as a map to me because it seems like a map that the community is not a fan of. I've seen not a lot of support for this new Breeze. I personally, when Breeze first came out, I was a Breeze embracer, I think is the word I should use there. Not necessarily an enjoyer, but an embracer of this map. And now that we have this reworked Breeze, they did fix a couple issues towards mid. So, you know, we talk about the current state of the map pool, and it's very interesting to see this map come out from both these teams. This was Fulltilt's map pick, so you know, coming into this, we should actually see them with, in my opinion, a more interesting comp, and that's exactly what we get. It seems Tanex opting for that harbor. We get to see that double controller. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about double controller on Breeze?
Double controllers, you know, great. I think it can be used quite a bit. We haven't seen Breeze. I mean, we have seen it a little bit, but not too much in Tier 1 or Tier 2, as it is the newest map in the pool again, or at least it got added. I guess that isn't going to be true here in the next couple of weeks as Haven gets removed and then Icebox gets added back in. But I think Harbor is still extremely strong, you know? I think a lot of people don't really see a lot of Harbor or like respect the agent too much, but we did see how much success they could have. We saw Loud play it a lot when they were making their Americas run, and I mean now we haven't really seen anyone play it since then. But I'm excited to see what they can make happen with it. Right? It's a very unorthodox composition, I guess. You know, running that KO Harbor, which is not two agents you see too much, but I mean on Breeze is where they really might shine onto this map. So, I mean, excited to see what we got going on here. Wanting to see what they can make happen, and it is like a composition I don't see too often, but I'm excited to see what they can make happen.
I mean, the good thing is, right, like the role that you're missing here because you're doing double controller and double initiator is you're just missing a sentinel, but you do have a Viper, right? And so Viper, I think, can make up for that loss of a sentinel, right?
think she like offers quite a bit of control, just on her own. She can play very similarly to a Sentinel, I feel. Very just slow, side control-y. She can't really find the same information like most Sentinels, but it is, a price you gotta pay if you're not going to be running one. And I'm sure that they are very used to it.
Well, here we are on our pistol. We've seen a quick default, but now, as this default transitions into a B site hit, we immediately see a dash out onto the site. Pachinko is here. Immediately gets shot down. Paksho's gone out of the round thanks to a shot out of Tannex. We talked about that Harbor coming into things. Aceology's and Logix, though, in towards Elbow. It's Logix with a 2K towards Elbow. Now Hijinx is in trouble. You do have Fondue and Ooze both together for this 2v5. But with the way things are headed, it's Logix again. Another shot out of the Viper player. Make it a 4K for a flawless pistol. I mean, that's a way to get it started.
Logic's really showing up there. I mean, looking back at this play here from Logix, it's just, oh, okay, this is not totally
Logix.
different map. This is not Logix. We were gonna look at that, them holding that elbow position here, but unfortunately not gonna be able to. But really just holding his ground and landing those shots. I mean, that's really all you can ask for on a pistol round, especially if that Viper goes in and buys that Sheriff. So I just a strong round one mechanically, really kind of diffed him there, but it's only round one. Gonna have this gun advantage. Really, economy is going to be in favor of Fulltilt this round, but Hijinx, still gonna try to put a stop to this.
Fondue creeping around that toxic orb, that poison orb. He's able to find Logix. I mean, yes, he gets traded out, but that's huge. Now, as this A site hit starts to come in, you see that high tide taking its way. Archery, good shots through the smoke. That's incredible. And now, I mean, Moose is going to be here to try and deny this with the shock darts, but Tanek's going to get that plant down. Ooze, are you able to stop the flash through the smoke? No, you're not. Jabo able to find 2 as well. It leaves it in a 1v4 for Paksho. Oh no, can he do it? Nothing but a classic to his name.
Looking really tough here, needing to find some shots of the classic, but Paksho gonna get shut down by that Guardian, and Fulltilt, really, getting their eco, or not their eco, but their buy going into their favor, but getting a replay here, or just a lie. We're going back into the game, but I mean, just to set up right, it's the first couple of rounds of this Breeze map, so I mean, whoever wins pistols is pretty much always has a very high guarantee of turning that second round as well, and we did just see Fulltilt do that, but getting later into this game, we are going to need a buy out of Hijinx, so really no worries quite yet.
What a flash in mid. Just immediately pushes these players back. JB is here. Gonna flash through for his duelist, but Moose here in mid on this wrap alongside of a teammate of his own. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on. Aceology is able to find 1. Archery, though, in the meantime, able to find 2 in mid. Ooze also starting to clean up. It turns things into a 2v4. Hijinx, you have the numbers for a convincing bonus round. Pick up your first buy in this game, but it's Logix who's going to start clawing back. Paksho's able to find 1, but with 2 kills so far for Logix.
Logix needing to find the rest and finds a third, but it finds a fourth.
Oh my goodness!
Logix clutching up. I mean, what can't this Viper player do? We've seen it 3 rounds here, 8 kills in 2 rounds. I mean, what more do you want out of this Viper?
Get this man in a challengers team now.
We're going back to that split replay.
Dude, Tootsie's just getting free PR right now with these judge clips, man. Oh, yo! It's Tootsie again!
I mean, just incredibly well played. Look at Tootsie go here, but not who we should be focusing on right now with Logix on this map.
Yeah, that's the name we should be talking about, is Logix, and he's going to have to hold a pretty big push in towards that shop area here. He does give up that area, but look at what's going on the B site. It's a full execute out already. Paksho is here with the Sheriff, able to find the first. What more can he do? It's JB with one of his own.
JB with one of its, 4v4 retake. It is going to be an odd retake position here. All 4 members of Hijinx are on this flank position. It's going to be odd. Tanix
Whoa!
peeks it out, but Archery with a fast shot connecting onto that head. A lot of util still be used here. That knife stops that drone from getting any info into this Viper's pit. Archery finds another. Quickly being traded out, though, by Asologies. Logix needs to go big in this smoke. We've seen it once before. We might see it again here. Still a 2v1 here.
Archery wrapping. Asologies gets taken down. Archery on for the 4K, but Logix with the snake bite. Just too good.
Just plays it so smart when he knows he doesn't need to clutch up there, but goes big when he has to. Knows how to use that risk management so perfectly. Coming into this, it's just such a strong start from Fulltilt. Looking into this, it's gonna need some quick change in momentum here if you're Hijinx.
I would agree, right? Like going down 4-0, that's not how you want to start things off. It is Fulltilt's map pick. Oh,
That's
okay, Archery
right there.
All right, my bad. I didn't know Archery was chill like that. My apologies. But now oh, okay, Asologies. In towards that mid area, or in towards A, actually. Oh my goodness, getting a kill, but Archery's still here in double doors. He is going to dodge that pop flash. Archery's on for an ace. 3 kills in the round so far. Asology's still doing his best work to clear out this A site. You see that spike, though, over towards B. Moose now using that drone to clear out this player on towards A. It's pulled all these rotations. So you see Logix just huffing it over to that B site. You do see Paksho immediately starting to come back, but the tripwire revealing him, stunned him up. He's going to be able to stick the plant, but at what cost? Players running him down every single angle. Paksho able to get Logix. Asologies, it has to be an ace of your own to get it. Paksho starts to defuse. The Hunter's Fury comes out. It misses the first shot. Oh no!
And they switch and it's going to be stuck.
Archery's is just able to stick it. And that's how Hijinx get their first round. That's incredible.
That is, I guess, Asologies must have thought they got off of the defuse, right? It must have been. Why would you, or maybe it wasn't pinged? I'm not too sure, but just a difficult round to win, but maybe it could have been done there if a few more things went in the favor of Fulltilt. But getting their first round on the board, that's Hijinx getting back into this 4-1 3-round deficit that they're dealing with right now. Needing to claw back a little bit.
It's a big credit to Archery for that round too. 3 kills on the round plus the defuse on the spike. It has to be mentioned that he went absolutely crazy. But now here we are for these players on Fulltilt. They're making their way into the site. Paksho gonna be tested on this B site again. JB goes down immediately. Paksho still here though, eventually falls. Archery with the Blade Storm and Ooze with the Bulldog, able to respond 1 in kind apiece. It's 2 players remaining for Fulltilt. One of them being Logix, the player that we talked about so early on in this game, making a huge impact, 3Ks, 4Ks all around. Ooze gonna be able to pick up 1. It's another clutch required of Logix.
We've seen him do it once before. Why not just show it again? But Ooze, what a great shot, a great jiggle peek, just right onto the head of Logix there, closing it out and bringing this map ever so close.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Hijinx getting 2. Ooze really showing up there. I think that this is really where Hijinx needs to be. We're going to see a bye. I think both teams here. Not too sure about the economy. Yeah, both teams. It's going to look of a little bit of an eco here for Fulltilt. Maybe have a hero rifle on this jet, but the rest looking a bit a bit for the worse. A bit of a thrifty coming out of them, but still has some ultimates to work with. Has the Reckoning, you know, has the
null command.
the null command.
So silly. What a name. Speaking of Blade Storms, there's a Blade Storm in kind for Fulltilt. It's coming out now. Hijinx, you do have 4 players here on this A site. This seems to be the pretty standard play. You know, 4 players towards A, your Cypher alone towards B. It's a nice average defense. I think Fulltilt realized that there's probably some sort of a stick going on, so they don't want to get caught up in it, so they rotate away. But look at where Archery is in mid. If this doesn't get cleared, it could be bad. Instead, it's Aceologies with a kill of his own. Archery able to find one before getting traded out by JB. Fondue is there.
And after the duels are settled, with numbers favoring Fulltilt here, 4 members still alive, running around the map, and Logix did get suppressed by that knife, but still lurking around this A position. I'm not too sure they know where he is. They don't know that he's at, like, this Brick's position.
30 seconds left.
It's good timing.
Logix.
Oh.
No, the shots!
Shots don't go in the way, but able to clean it up here. And Bomb needs to go down 22 seconds, but Moose still lurking in the back of the site. Gets traded out, and the numbers somehow favoring Fulltilt here. And Fondue needing to do this. We've seen the opposite Viper do it, but quickly shut down as JB finds the head of Fondue and takes this round in the favor of Fulltilt.
Whew. This has been a back and forth game. You actually did say, I just want to let this be known, Claire did say a little bit of a thrifty coming out for Fulltilt before that round even started. And then it was actually a thrifty out for Fulltilt. So
it was a weird fight. So I think we saw that Cypher, yeah, we saw, like, saw Cypher on the side of Hijinx there get a little bit aggressive on that B site, get caught out, but I'm sure that will never happen again. It's a one and done, trying to get a little bit of a lurk in, but didn't make it happen. And this fast take onto this B site, but this Hunter's Fury quickly coming out to stop this take.
Spike down B.
Oh, Hijinx immediately fallen, so numbers in the favor of Hijinx. JB though, quick response. Keeps things under control. Paksho with this Marshall trying to get something done. There's the headshot to really start things off. Ooze as well with that null command out. Logix able to find Fondue in towards mid. Retreats into elbow, but it's Archery with an op. And Paksho now trying to wrap with his Vandal. Archery with a second kill on that op. Paksho jumps up. Archery just jumping around with a classic. Can't get it done. It's a 3K out of Aceologies. A 1v2 clutch.
A 1v2 clutch coming out of Aceologies. I mean, everyone, and we're back on the split. Wait, never mind.
Hold on.
We're
in the void.
We're in the void. This is where all the replays go that don't get shown. They just go to the void, and then the void learns how to play Valorant.
So
And coming back, well, showing up into this, 9th round of the half. We got Fulltilt really in control of this game. Archery being able to have this Marshall here, and if the shots go in favor, this can be a lot of damage here. Not quite finding anything quite yet, but we've seen Fondue make this play before, and finding the head. A Sheriff Demon. Again, and I was onto Logix. Such a monumental piece of the puzzle for Fulltilt.
Yeah, I mean, his kills per round win has got to be up there. Like, if he gets a kill, it feels like Fulltilt are ready to win the round. It's been him and Aceologies, the two big names so far in this game. And now, I mean, it does seem that these players want to group up for this B-site hit, but with the way that the spike is going back towards Aceologies and this A-site, it could be walking right into Archery and Fondue. This deadly combo.
This is, I mean, yeah, no, you said it. I mean, the Logix kills per round. I feel like once Logix gets one kill, it's bound to be like 2 or 3 every round. But
30 seconds left.
unfortunately, they shut down this round, but Archery might have to deal. The Reckoning comes out. Fondue trying to find into a corner, not get stunned. Does not know, but the Snakebite takes out this Jet, and Archery finding the head. Fondue getting 2 into this round. The Snakebites come on out, but not being able to clear this corner. And Fondue with the 4 kills, needing to pick up the rest of these guns and get some money back into this round. Gonna see if these replays work one more time, and
Yeah,
here we
there it
are,
is.
finding Fondue into this. And as we saw here, it's a little bit late. We see this Reckoning come out. Fondue finding the perfect spot and being able to throw that orb down. That Viper's Pit. I mean, just incredibly well played from Archery and Fondue to hold down this A site.
Yeah, I mean, I said it, that deadly duo, Archery and Fondue, these are both players that I feel like have gone super huge for Hijinx so far in this map. And, you know, considering you started out like 4-0, you know, 5-1, yeah, if you're able to make this like 4-8 half, if you're able to make it, you know, even 6-6, that could be huge. Instead, as Fulltilt on that eco comes through, Jet with a shot on that Sheriff, eventually finds a kill, but Paksho in towards mid, able to respond. JB, you're here, you're gonna have to try and delay. Instead, you swing out into Moose's crosshair and get your head taken out. Asologies in between the 2 pyramids.
Watch out,
Doing as
Archery
much
there
as-
on this flank, though.
No hard feelings.
Archery on the flank
One
might go
enemy
huge.
remaining.
Paksho, though, still getting work done. There's Archery on that flank to come through. A 4th round for Hijinx at that. Fulltilt. Haven't been able to stabilize the ship just yet, but still remain in the lead with 2 rounds to the better.
2 rounds remaining in the half as well, needing them to really... They've lost 2 rounds here in a row. Needing to stabilize, as you just said. Don't want to make this half a 6-6, I'm sure is what they're thinking right now.
This is a nice
What
spot.
can they do to secure another attacking side round?
That goes there. This is a nice spot.
That's all we need. That's all we need to see.
And we s-
A round out of Fulltilt.
we see Fondue there in that A main position again, wanting to put that Viper's Pit down. We do see that, but Archery
Spike down B.
finding such a fast pick. Like, what was that, like 6
clean.
seconds into that round?
He's been a demon this game.
Really has. Just really showing up for Hijinx this game. And it seems Ooze needing to watch the back of Fondue. Wow. He's in that Viper's Pit. Seems to be doing just that.
I mean, that's really good, like, decision making from Ooze there, just to back up, not really give his life. That's huge. Speaking of huge, this pick by Moose in towards mid could be catastrophic for Fulltilt in the space that they've gathered so far in this game. He's pinged out by an owl drone. He has to dash away from that angle. They've opted for A. That's the site they want to hit. Fondue's alone here. Ooze all the way back towards bridge. Is he going to be able to find one? No, he's not. He has to back away. They're planting on the site. Fondue's still here in
Spike
shop.
planted.
This is going to be a crazy retake.
Logic's, though, still in mid right now. It is going to be a really odd retake. Fondue still in that Viper's Pit, just needing to play around it. That spike is ticking down, though. Moose finding Logic, so not going to be able to do anything with that mid position, but Asology finds 2.
One
But
enemy
quickly
remaining.
traded out by Paksho. Paksho, again, showing why they're so feared on this map. And this Jet captain needs to really figure out how they can win this round. We've seen Logix win in this position once before. We need this captain to do it right
enemy
now. Needs to
remaining.
find Paksho first, does that, but can't find Archery and closes out the map, making this map with the score difference of 1. And these Jets, you know,
Last
just ruling it
round
out,
in the
but
half.
Archery comes out on top.
Yeah, Archery has to be the name that you're talking about right now. When we're talking about Hijinx really building their way back into this map, it feels like Archery, it has just been here, like, constantly trading people out, dashing in, making aggressive plays, right? Like, his first kills per round, he has quite a few opening kills in a round. You know, he's been trading really well on retakes. Like, he's been just doing it all, whatever he neads to do. And now coming into this, a chance to tie things up 6-6 is huge.
Oh my, great shot, but quickly traded out by Jet. Just the Blade Storm's looking for more, not quite finding anything, and the round looking ever so favoring Hijinx right now as Archery finds a second one. Didn't realize Moose also had an operator here.
They double box setup on Breeze. I mean, it's real though. I believe it.
Logic's in a pretty rough position now. Moose could cause a lot of problems for Logic here.
Oh, the shock dart, so well timed. Logic's now taken down to about half health, if you include the shield that he bought. 75 HP. Oh, that angle.
This angle, this mid angle from Archery, I doubt it's going to be on here. He's going to check this. Unfortunately, not a solid use. Archery finding another 4K into this round. I mean, how many 4Ks have we even seen from both teams? Like 5, 4? I know we've at least seen 3.
Logic's has been going crazy. Asologies has probably had 4K. Archery, I feel like, has had like 12 4Ks. So, I mean, my goodness, 20 kills and a half. Archery got 20 kills in 12 rounds.
12 rounds. That's a pretty good stat line.
What's the math on that? Someone get their calculator out.
It's like pretty alright. That's what it's saying. That's what it's saying.
All right, you heard it here first.
This is what the Desmos is saying. Look
Okay.
it up on there. Yeah.
The Desmos, the graphing
Desmos
calculator.
yeah, the Desmos graphing calculator is stated as it's pretty good.
MVP.
I don't know. It didn't say that quite yet, but I'm sure by the end of this game it will. But getting into this, just a standstill, but a lot of information being gathered from Fulltilt here. They know no one's A site, can all rotate over here, and it's going to be a duel on this flank.
It's a 3-man duel. Moose, though, able to start
Spike
things
down
off
mid.
with a kill. Fondue dies to even out the numbers. 4v4.
It's going to be a weird position for this Jet to be in. Needs to find one, does not quite make it happen. Pack Show, always been consistent for this Hijinx team, right when they need him. But on the Ooze is just hanging out in this B main position. Has had no reason to leave quite yet. And Logix needs to hold this down. Not quite sure about the push quite yet, but the knife coming in. Logix known that the orb is going to be going down. Logix hitting some shots, but quickly being traded out by Pack Show. Panics back on this flank. Does
30
not want to
seconds
give
left.
up on it quite yet, but Archery is not too familiar with where Asologies is right now, and Asologies was needing to get that first shot, not quite landing anything. Going back at it again, and this is such a weird duel, but
Oh no, the turn!
Archeology both
No
reloading, and Archeology winning the duel.
10 seconds left.
Tanix needing to do so much, 9 seconds on the clock,
Spike planted.
so little HP on both these players.
Everyone is, you know, one headshot away from death. Couple body shots here for Tanex, and he's out of the round. Pack Show jumping around, trying to find a kill. Tanex isn't looking. It's 3 kills on the round for Pack Show, and it's Hijinx taking a pistol round.
Hijinx getting that pistol round, what they were searching for last time, but not quite finding it. But, you know, a new half, it's a new them. They've been looking super good ever since after those first 4 rounds. They've really turned their game around here.
Yeah, and you know, now we get to see them on this anti-eco. It seems that they're going to be playing in towards this A-site stack. So, I mean, if Fulltilt just push their way into this, which it seems that they want to do, it could be pretty dangerous here. We see a bunch of utility coming out. Harbor Cascade as well. Flashes going every which way. Everyone's blind. Ooze and Archery able to find some kills, though. Really start putting some numbers on the board. It's Asologies to respond. Ooze, make sure that that doesn't get too out of hand. Logic's here, Sheriff in hand, gets shot down by Archery immediately, and it's just JB alone for this Fulltilt squad trying to do anything at all, but Moose on the swing, just too good for it.
Moose on the
Hijinx
swing.
up to 8.
Yeah, shutting this round down. JB was in a really rough situation, but you know, that quickly being taken out of it as by Moose. And getting into this next round, I mean, this is going to be the first time we've seen Fulltilt with rifles on their defensive side. I'm curious to see what they want to make happen here. If they're going to play a little bit more passive, or they might go for that aggressive push into A main again. They do have weapons, and in theory, they should have better weapons than Hijinx. but just gonna be how they use them.
Okay, I like that little showing us where the flash pops. It's pretty interesting. But now Ooze coming into this. Ooze and Fondue both trying to grab Tanix, force him out of there. Instead, Tanix just backs up, doesn't want to really force a fight that he doesn't have to take. And as this rotate comes in, I mean, presumably if you're Hijinx, you haven't really tested this B site yet, and it's really weak. There's just Logics here.
There really is just Logics here, but quite a bit of util to play around. As I say that, no more snake bites. Logics has used both of them. If they brought 2 into this round, I know 1 has been used, but still having that orb there. But it is down for the time being, and it takes both of them out. Paxo finding 1, but Jet on his flank, being able to shut down Fondue, and that's such a massive kill as the Spike now stranded in the sightlines of Fulltilt Esports.
Lisa, you're the one watching this flank. You do get traded out by Asologies. It's actually Archery that falls. It's not Moose. So now, in this 3v3, as this round continues to develop, Asologies with 1 and a collat by Tanix. My goodness, I don't think he was expecting a lineup there.
I mean, that's what you need to make happen right there. And getting a replay into this, so it's this last, that's the round before this one, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. But that was a bonus out, right? That was a bonus out for Hijinx, right? So they're not like, there's nothing nothing to sweat, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that round, as it is gonna be okay. Not quite finding, you know, the success I'm sure they wanted to, but it's gonna be alright. You can see JB probably a little bit frustrated as they threw that knife under Halls, but not quite where they're looking for that one. Getting into this round seems to be an A execute.
Yeah.
Watching here.
It does seem that Hijinx, they don't want to complicate things. They want to keep it all simple and classic. Archery here towards this A site wants to be the first one in. With all this utility that's getting used against them, I mean, a Hunter's Fury is gonna help them try and get out onto the site, as Paksho is still here lurking towards mid. They just haven't been able to make any ground. This Harbor stall has been really effective.
One of the things Harbor's good at is just, you know, you can't walk through those waves, or else you'll just be slow and you'll be easy pickings for the team. Full tilt at least, but Paksho finding such a weird angle with these breeze changes in mid. And that Reckoning does come out just to hold them off a little bit more, but it's not going to stop the push. It's still coming in, and both players on the back of the site need to do so much to stay alive, but Tanix finding 1, JB finding another, but it's just going to be Logic left into this 1v3. We've seen it done before. Needing some magic to happen again. Having no util here, except for these snake bites. What?
It's just Logics. 1v3.
1v3, and it doesn't seem that they're going for it. Just
I think that
deciding.
makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Just deciding that maybe it's better to have a hero rifle into this next round. Not wanting to feed over any more kills or ult orbs for that Hijinx team. But that being said, Hijinx taking this to a 2-round lead.
Yeah, that's pretty good from them. Just continuing their momentum. They did lose that bonus round, and so part of me got a little scared. I was like, oh, are they gonna fall off here? And they didn't. They've kept their game up. They look really strong coming into these rounds. I thought that Harbor utility that Tanix was using to delay them over and over again was just gonna keep them at bay, and eventually they're able to power through it.
Yeah. I mean, they only have so much utility, right? That Harbor can't hold on forever, and that Reckoning was used in that round, so a lot was invested from Fulltilt there. But getting into this next round is just very slow, trying to bait out some util from both of these sides.
Here.
No one really going in too far. Asology's looking a little bit in there for Paksho. Some shots were traded, but nothing too serious.
Boy, Sologies.
Thought feeling,
What a tap.
yeah, feeling confident on that swing. But Moose finding another one that's huge. A double swing coming out of them. Asology's not being able to deal with that.
Oh, man. And now, as the spike goes down, it's full tilt 3v4. Hijinx has so much to do within this round. You can already see these players starting to look for this retake in towards Arches. JB here. Jet by his side. Ready to do anything. Moose had a measly 9 HP. Still has to do as much as he can. It's Archery to start off this retake alongside Ooze. Each able to find 1 kill apiece. That leaves Tanix alone. 1v4. He opts to save his rifle for another day. Get out of there.
That is a rough save. I mean, the team just wanting to save that hero rifle, but gonna be less gold overall. Less credits dispersed between the players, but I mean, I guess it just seems that Hijinx is running away with this. It was a little bit of a rough beginning for them, but ever since that, they've been in control and looks to see in the driver's seat of this game. Ult's going to be coming up for both of these teams here very soon. We do see that Hunter's Fury online for Asologies, but that's all we got.
All we got, just one ult. One ult for Asologies, and that's it. Some utility being traded towards mid. It's Ooze and JB each to start this out. So Ooze able to find one, but immediately gone in the same breath. But look at this flank! Oh, Hijinx, you haven't cleared this. You are not aware of this at all. It's Fondue. Down to 1 HP, but the swing from Paksho does him one better. And now,
Having that neural thrift,
yeah,
revealing everyone onto this. That's exactly where it's running. I would assume it's going to be trying to rotate over towards this B position. Logix is the lone soul there, and Archery just is on it today.
Goose.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no. Oh, thank goodness it's not a knife. I for sure thought that's what was gonna go through. Had so much time to play with in that round. But, and as we're getting knocked down here, full tilt, gonna be able to buy into this next round. So that is a good sign for them.
It sure is. And you know, now that we're looking at the rest of this, Hijinx up to 11, full tilt, looking scary now. You know? You had such a strong lead into this game. And now that the lead has gone the other way, we really do have to try and see what you can do to dig yourself out of this hole.
This hole might be a little bit too deep for them to deal with, but we do see that operator coming out for Captain. Here it is, it's just holding mid. Not quite going to see any value, but if this Viper Wall does go down, gonna have a pretty clear sightline. All these players does find one onto Moose. Quick with it. 4v4 bomb is going down.
Spike planted.
But Archery finds Mythology. Massive taking its own.
Ooh, shot missed. Archery trying to get even more done. Paksho does fall to Tanix in mid. Alongside a nasty crossfire from Ooze. In the back of the site. Bladestorm out. Archery still here towards default, trying to get anything done. Player not checked in corner. It's Fondue to get the last kill of the round, and it puts Hijinx onto map point. Full Tilt's map pick. This was Full Tilt's pick into this Claire.
Yeah, it's really not quite what you want to see there, and it's looking a little bit even more unfortunate as, you know, those Jet Knives looking for that hero play to keep them from falling deeper into this hole. You know, kind of go to waste a little bit there.
Yeah, Archery has 30 kills.
Let's go.
He has dropped a 30 bomb.
Archery is doing pretty great You know, it was pretty good. Now it's pretty great. We're only going up here for archery, but yeah.
I guess you
with
could
that-
say he's becoming a Titan.
Of tier 3, maybe.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
could say.
Maybe.
You could say,
Oh,
but getting into
Astrologies.
this one, Astrology's looking for something, but quickly caught out. Trying to do a little bit of a rat play. Jet looking for something now, but Paxshow is just too clean with it. Having 6 eyes all trained on the Captain is just going to make everything a little bit more difficult. 4-3 now.
Get out of my
Logic's
way!
needing to find something. Has been a little bit quiet ever since that first half. But I mean, still gonna stay quiet. Might be for the rest of this game. Archery trying to find something. Sees Tanix on the stair position. Looking up, jumping up these boxes is Ooze. Not quite finding the kill, but finding some bullets to connect.
Spike planted.
That Cove coming out, trying to make a little bit more adversary to play with, and quickly shut down by Archery. It's gonna be a 4v1. JB needing to do so much into this. Has the null command. Swings, doesn't find anything, but quickly connects those shots onto Archery. Might as well use this flash drive, null command, and that dagger. Not much else they can do. There's another kill. But not quite finding anything
Attackers
else.
win.
It's Hijinx Esports able to take it over Fulltilt 13-7 on Fulltilt's own map pick of Breeze. That puts Hijinx up 1-0 in this series. I mean, that is definitely the way you want to start things out here. I mean, Archery 32-8, a KD of 4 is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at that stat line, what is that? 32-8, 139 econ rating, 5 first bloods,
ACS of 444.
444. What?
This man had a life game on Jet. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I mean, what
He
else is
actually
there to
couldn't die.
say about that performance? Just an absolutely incredible performance coming out of Archery. Couldn't really ask for anything more.
I said before that the win condition for Fulltilt was if Logic's got a kill, they would win the round. I think it was if Archery died, they would win the round. I think that's what it was for Fulltilt. It was just, can we kill Archery? If yes, then we win the round.
Yeah, I agree with that. Archery definitely was the problem that they were running into, or at least the player that was the issue. But I mean, overall, they just were able to run around that map and to really do whatever they wanted that entire map. They really did turn it around. They turned it around after those first 4 half. It was a little bit of a struggle, but I mean, overall, I mean, that was unfortunately Fulltilt's map. We will be going into
Pretty short break.
a pretty short break, but what map?
Map 2, when we come back, I believe, we'll have some nice, exciting split gameplay for you all. So,
Yeah, it's gonna be
be
Hijinx's
fun.
map. And we're gonna hop on a split, and we'll be right back if you don't got anything else to say, Angel.
nope, we're all good. So we'll see you back after this short break.
Game of survival, anytime or place. Watch 'em run away, I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away, I got no, I got no rival.
All right, hello and welcome back to Titans of Tier 3. I'm Claire and I'm joined by Ancient Angel today on the cast. We're, back casting Hijinx and can't, so
Full
sorry.
tilt.
A whole tilt, yeah, 100%. We're going into the split map. I know I haven't seen too much split recently because it's just not a super common map, but what do you got to say about it, Angel?
Talking about split. It's a personal. I'm a split enjoyer. Okay, I think everyone. We need to sit down. We need to talk about how split good map, not a bad map. It's great, and it's a bit more of a niche map, right? You did mention it. It's typically not part of that trio that we see really often. We see a lot of Ascent. We see a lot of Haven. We see a lot of Lotus. But now that Haven's on its way out of the map pool, I actually think we might see stocks on Split go up. I think more teams are really going to start leaning into this map, playing it a bit more. There's a fair bit of variety that you see, right? We do see the double controller on Split a fair often. We see the double initiator as well with that breach in the sky, both comboing together. We see differences in how sentinels are used, right? So sometimes you'll see the Cypher. We've seen a couple Killjoys. We've seen some Sages. It's just there's a lot of diversity into this agent pool within this map. So we should be able to see coming into this agent select what these guys are picking.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited to see. I mean, we haven't seen Split too much. You were talking about how just, diverse that these pip could be, but I would assume we're going over towards that like Omen, Viper, Cypher, either Raze and then Sky, I think is what a lot of teams are running, like, in tier 1, in tier like pro play, but you never know what people might play. I'm seeing Moose hover that Deadlock. I think that might be a little bit of trolling.
I don't know, man. That
I
Deadlock patch coming out.
I wish she was good. That'd be so sick. But she's not, unfortunately. But it would be sick to see Moose, flex that. Who knows what Moose is capable of on the Deadlock. But yeah, we do see Full Tilt pretty much locked in. I would assume Tanix is just going to be locked in on that Omen. It would be, or maybe an Astra. Who knows? Maybe a Brimstone. You never know. But yeah, Hijinx is still needing some 3 members locked in. We did see Archery last time. Having a fantastic map on that jet, and it might be repeated here.
Yeah, double duelist coming out for Hijinx, and I think that is totally worth the merit, considering how Archery played the first time on that jet, on Breeze, 32 kills, right? Absolutely crazy. Totally fine. This jet pick I have no problems with. If Archery was like, 20, 25 kills, maybe I'd be a little bit concerned. Maybe I would like to say, hey, maybe Archery move over to the Raze. But this time, with how Archery's playing, if he wants jet, he's got it. He's got the jet.
Yeah, we are seeing a double duelist, which is not a super duper common, team to run. We haven't seen a bunch of people doing it, but like if you do have those 2 players that have the ability to frag as well as Archery and as well as Moose, I mean, why not? Just let him get in there and get on that Raze and on that jet. I mean, that's what you're looking for. I think it can do wonders for you.
Something else that's interesting coming into this is JB going over to the Raze, and you have Senpai going from Jet to Viper, so big difference in terms of roles here. But for Hijinx, it's about the same, except this time Archery goes down in the pistol round without finding a single kill. Pack Show towards mid, trying to get anything done. It's Moose with a kill onto Logix to open up the round for Hijinx, make things a 4v4, even out these numbers. This B site completely open. Pack Show isn't able to find anything. Instead, it's Senpai who's able to find a kill. Fondue at the bottom of mid as the spike gets planted over towards A. Moose already pushed into screens for this retake. 10x able to find one. Moose starts to respond. Numbers fully in favor of Full Tilt. This retake is like happening now. Oh, Fondue.
Yeah, I mean,
Able to hit.
2v2 now. Moose finding. Also on the ace right now. Needs to put
Last
so much
player
damage with this
standing.
classic, but not being able to make anything happen. And Fondue is just in such a rough spot here to win this one and unable to make it happen. Full Tilt repeating what they did last map and taking that first pistol round yet again. I mean, that's what you need to see. That's what you need to see happen here. We did see some substitutions for Fulltilt. I know you mentioned you touched on that a little bit, but we have Senpai in, so good to see them.
That goes there.
And we have
This goes here.
the Jet out. Whoever the mystery Jet might just be.
I believe that was Senpai.
What was Senpai on the Jet?
Yeah.
Okay, not no.
That's why I was like, huh.
It was.
Interesting.
It was a weird name bug, but we're back into it and we're getting into this duel in mid. Not quite knowing what is happening quite yet. It's a solid pretty deep into this, but the push maybe not didn't work quite as expected, and Fondue trying to get some more, but not gonna make anything happen quite yet, and it was just trying to find something, but Senpai is there to clean up Ooze.
Well, I mean, the bright side there for Fulltilt, like, I mean, it was an eco, and it was kind of crazy, so you're expected to win it anyways, but something good you have to mention there is, you know, Senpai, the fact that they're able to get 3 kills on that round, really start building in towards that Viper's Pit. You know, if you look at the ult economy, like, it's gonna be pretty good. Yeah, you can see Senpai there, 5 out of 9, well onto building your way into that ult. And now coming in for this bonus round, you have a Bulldog, so anything else that you can grab, it's just like an extra piece of cake on top of that.
And now getting into this run is going to be the first time we see Hijinx on these rifles into this, and we do see them pick up 2 first kills here, but JP being able to find another one and not quite getting the satchel movement that they might want.
Hijinx now opting to rotate away, play things their way, deciding, hey, we did a lot in towards mid, got 3 kills there. Hopefully there's not a cypher of any kind like that one who's on the site. It's Logic's here to try and defend. The spam isn't good for it. Archery instead gets a shot onto Logic's on the body. He opts to fall away, and now Fulltilt, you're in a 2v4 retake.
A 2v4 retake, having a Marshall and a Spectre. Not quite the weapons I would want, but not that these players can't make something happen with them. Ooze was spotted out. Hijinx needing to do make sure that they don't get picked off by this, and the shot's not quite landing super quickly, but it is picked up in the end, and a 4v1 here for Logic. Close, but close to get a kill, but not quite making that happen either, and Hijinx getting themselves onto the board here.
Close, but no cigar for that kill by Tanix onto, I believe, Fondue. Just doesn't happen, so Hijinx able to pick up that 3rd round. That's the bonus round from Fulltilt. It goes their way. And you know, now this is really the round that you want to see Hijinx really make something of it, right? You know, the last round there was a Marshall and a couple Sheriffs. This round, everyone's got rifles. So if you're able to do something here into this round, then things start to look scary for Fulltilt.
I mean, yeah, both of these teams are going to be able to pick up some equal rifles here, so this is really the first rifle v rifle round, and that might give us a hint as the rest of this half might go, but we do see Senpai holding this mid position down, as is Viper. We can know, because Logic's not quite seen anything over at this A position, just holding down that A, like, long area, keeping an eye on it this entire time. But it does seem Hijinx just exploring all of their options.
That's such a good snake bite to use to clear out that close corner. Really good work by Senpai.
This is just such a difficult split attacking side, and a great swing as they put that Viper orb up. Incredibly well played, as Hijinx needing to make a move here in these last 30 seconds of the round, and you can just see Fulltilt just walking over towards both of these rounds, breaking that Cypher trip. trying to stop them from getting onto this site, but Spike is must go down.
Fondue with this teleport towards heaven, but it's Senpai out on rafters, able to find one. Ooze and Archery respond though. Equalize numbers into a 3v3. It's Logic towards screens though. Huge 2 kills. The round is over. Ooze, a kill would have been nice. It just doesn't matter.
We know more than we
Full
did
tilt,
before.
showing there are no problems on split.
No problems on split, but it was a weird round. I'm not too sure why Spike didn't immediately go sight. Very
This goes
odd
here.
choice out of them, but you know, whatever happens, whatever the communications was, it just did not go into their favor. But Full Tilt, nonetheless, taking that round, I would say in pretty dominant fashion. I feel like they held their angles, played it slow, played
Cage
to
trigger.
their advantages.
Oh, that's Viper's turn. Towards mid. But a showstopper out from the side of Hijinx. There is a player here towards elbow. Now out on the site. That's Logic. He's able to find one, but immediately gets taken down in response. Pack Show here towards ramp, trying to get anything done. But these players from Full Tilt, they don't want to rotate in just yet. They want to wait. Now as that spike gets planted, you're going to start seeing those players move over. That Seekers gets invested as well. It's going to clear out the 2 players on ramp, one of them being Pack Show. He gives up. JB jumps into the fight, but both of the players from Hijinx retreat away. Pack Show still here towards main. It's holding crossfire. Moose gets found out. JB with a kill on the Pack Show as well. It leaves things in a 4v2, and 10x makes sure that's a 4v0. Full Tilt.
Full Tilt looking so dominant on this defensive side of split. It seems that they can do no wrong in getting into this. Okay, never mind. I lied. Without you getting into a replay there. Oh, we're going back. Okay, here we are. We're gonna launch JB here, just trying to get in. JB retaking this position with Senpai. It just did it so well, finding both those kills. And by swinging in with a judge, playing those short angles, exactly how that gun needs to be played with. And Tanex just on the opposite side of the site, being able to clean up 2 clean kills on site there. But I mean, getting into this one, Hijinx needing the eco a little bit, but never take them out of an eco. We saw on their breeze, it looked pretty good. It does seem that Archery wants to get in. This double duelist competition just popping on in, but just being so easily punished by Full Tilt. I mean, and then they're just winning.
This looks like old split, you know, like the split that was in like the beta and stuff. It was just really defender sided. That to me feels like the split that we're watching right now. 5-1 in favor of Full Tilt here on the defensive side. Senpai has to be the name you're talking about. 10-3. This feels so comfortable for them compared to what we were looking at in that last map of Breeze. I mean, this is night and day.
I mean, it really is. I mean, you were saying it. This like their confidence on this defensive side and their ability to just hold down this defensive side in all 3 lanes on this map is just so easy. It seems for them, but there is a way to open up this map. It's to take down Senpai. They have been
exactly where you are.
such a wrench in the plan of Hijinx this entire day.
Now as that neural theft comes out, all these players on Full Tilt, you've been revealed.
And Tanex
Cage
not
trigger.
knowing that they were out in the
They found my
open,
wire.
just hanging behind that pillar, but this Pack Show now getting revealed by that bird, but that bird doesn't say exactly where they are, in Pack Show opts to just go all the way back towards this garage position, play this post plant off the site, and make sure this round is going to be in their favor. Still, Isology is having so much util for this retake if they do choose to go for it.
Here.
I think they are. They want to try and get this round. They have so much momentum. They have so much economy on their side. They just want to keep it going. All this utility starting to get cleared up by Isologies now. The tap forces the swings. The paranoia's out. Isologies spam down, blinded up. All of these players so low. Archery with the shots, able to get the 4 kills on the round. That's the Archery that we talked about on Breeze coming back and Hijinx finally get their second.
Yeah, Hijinx finally getting on the board, and I really do think it was off the back of that trade in mid there. Really opening up the map with having that Viper just not being in their way, right? I mean, you can see there on this scoreboard it Senpai having 11 kills. Asology's the second fragger on that team, only with 4. You just see how much that Viper's doing for them.
Cover going out.
Some opening duels taken by Senpai. They've been dominant so far into this half, but we're starting to maybe see some cracks start to form. Hijinx now, instead of looking to just fight mid alone, they're looking to also maybe try and get something done towards B main. Exologies and Senpai here towards mid, though. Gonna start trying to figure out who's here and who isn't. It's 4 players, make that 3 for Hijinx towards mid. So all of this utility just gets used on these chokes. Hijinx still hasn't made a move yet.
It is. And Hijinx is just playing it. Oh, what a massive first blood for them. Really, it is only JB though on that raise, so it doesn't open the map up quite as much as it could. But Asology's getting incredibly aggressive in this Raj position. And Senpai finding one. Doesn't know that Pakshaw was there, but... And that kill there, it really does open the map. Logic still on this B side and could be quite the issue for Hijinx.
Logic
spotted.
being the little rat that he is here towards this A site. Spammed out through the cages. He does take out Pakshaw though, and Asologies and 10x able to clean up the round.
I
said
mean,
that was the archery we once knew. And
this is not... It did not look so great there for the rest of that round from Hijinx. I mean, they're just playing it so slow, they're not finding anything. With, like, when they're just going around the map looking for some value, yeah, they did find JB, but they were immediately traded out by so many members of Fulltilt. They are just struggling to find the resources and the value that they need to really open up this split attacking side. They might just go for just a fast A hit. I mean, they do have this camera that they need to take out, and then there it is. Logic's getting so much info that what they haven't done though is really done a fast take from Hijinx. So that could be what they need to do here next.
Moose is here. In ramp. Ready at the drop of a hat to break his way into this site. You see Archery there on the chase with the Blade Storm trying to get something done. It doesn't come through. Logix is here on the site though as Moose drops down. Moose here as well. The boom bot goes off, but Logic's able to find one. Archery swaps for the classic. Gets a kill. Senpai able to find Pakshaw coming out of vents. Fondue plants on the site in the meantime and then teleports out.
Does teleport out, I mean,
This flank from Asologies, he's able to find one, and Senpai combines with him for the second. Ooze here in elbow, a 1v4 required of him. It doesn't matter because Tanx has the kill.
It's just so strong from Fulltilt. This is what they were looking like those first 4 rounds of Breeze, but really just showing up here, having a kind of like an ironclad defense, not making any mistakes and just finding so much value when they can. It's like Hijinx goes mid, and then they just like kind of sit there and like they look at each other, but they don't really trade any kills. Hijinx.
You said Hijinx, or not Hijinx, you said Fulltilt has an ironclad defense. I like that. That goes hard.
They do.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, speaking of ironclad defense, there's Senpai in towards mid. On that Viper's Pit, able to find Archery. Logic's also able to find Pakshaw to keep the numbers in favor of Fulltilt. Oh no! Fondue dies to the paint shells.
They've destroyed it, but JB could really change the path.
One enemy remaining.
Finds another one, and there, yeah, it's so trying to JB's just jumping around the ropes in this Vent's position, and Logic just cleans it up. There goes Ooze. And 8-2. It only looks like this, well, this defensive side round win is only going to get, like, you know, stronger for Full Tilt. This is, as you said earlier, looking like the split from a long ago, where it was just impossible to win on this attacking side.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, this is
very
them playing with double duelist as well. You would assume that maybe having that double duelist, they can make more kill opportunities, but it's not looking like that's the case here.
No, double duelist is really good at running things down, going fast, not playing really slow, which is what Hijinx been doing for the majority of this game.
Which is questionable, but I mean, they just got so much util to deal with as well. They have managed to bring a lot of rotates over from Full Tilt if they do wish to go back towards this B position. Pakshow getting into a little bit of a weird position here. Might be able to hear those rotates, I'm not too sure.
Here's the execute out on the site. Logic's with 2.
Logic's behind that box. Just really making it a lot harder for Hijinx to get anything here, and clearing this Ram's position. There's Pakshow going down. 4v2. Hijinx needing to make something happen here.
One enemy remaining.
Have to try and get something done, but with Ooze going down, it's just Fondue alone in a 1v4. Senpai cleans it up easy, and now Full Tilt onto 9. I mean, there's potential for double digits here for Full Tilt.
There really is. And Full Tilt kind of looking like they're gonna get it. I'm not too sure if Hijinx will even be able to afford rifles into this round. At least not Vandals, Phantoms, or and heavy shield full util. But on the bright side, looking at their ultimate economy, it is looking good. I mean, they have that showstopper. They have those Seekers from the Shadows and Neural Theft, but needs to make something happen here.
You have to make something happen. You're absolutely right. And we know that the Showstopper Seekers combo is a dangerous one to deal with. So maybe something will happen there as this B site becomes the target for Hijinx. Asologies and Tanix are here to try and defend. From the Shadows used immediately. Spots out these players. Gets us the info. So as Hijinx looks to take this site again and again. Moose with the paint shells sends them out. Tanix has to get pushed off the angle. But the rotations are here. They've taken so long on this site hit. There's 3 players, almost 4 here, if you count Senpai and Male.
Just looking at this is
I've
just
got your
looking for a
trail.
full site hit here. Still have the showstopper out as soon as it comes out. There it is, but Tanix finding one on archery, and JVO getting onto Moose without getting anything with the showstopper. Who's found 2, but it's really all left up to Fondue here and Pakshow.
Shadows traveling.
I'm not too sure what they can make happen here. 30 seconds left remaining.
Last player standing.
Hopping through mid, and
Spike down mid.
of course Senpai's gonna be there. They haven't left mid all game. And a 10-2 in favor of
Switching
Full
sides.
Tilt. Just incredibly dominant. Just look at that round history.
Yeah, I mean, 2 rounds for Hijinx? That's it?
That's not very many. They really need to have an incredibly good defensive half here, and just looking at this Viper wall. We got a Full Tilt. I've seen this Viper wall used. A lot of Viper walls
This
do
is the DRX
use
wall.
this. Yeah.
And
And I
a
mean,
fan of the DRX wall, or?
I think they can make a lot happen with it, but if Hijinx what it looks gonna happen, they're just gonna walk right in front of it, so it's not gonna get any value this round.
Oh my goodness, Logic's getting chased away. cleared out all the way through A main. Oo's gonna drop down. Paxo on the other side of the map, though, able to find 2 kills. Asologies does get a trade.
They do get a trade out. Asology's looking to find a little bit more in this spawn to really mess with Hijinx here. Get some shots off on Moose, but able to fall back. Senpai is also there.
Blinded.
Spike is planted though. Something to keep in mind. Hijinx needs to go defuse that. And it's just going to be Asology's Tanix
player
defending this,
standing.
but quickly being shot from that Raptors position. Asology's all alone here at the back of site. I'm not quite sure where he is. There's finds one, there's
Whoa!
2. Asology's continuing on with it and finds 4 to clean up this round for Fulltilt. Getting back into this replay, and it is from a long time ago. Here we say JB and Senpai clearing that Ram's position, but I'm sure we can all have a mental note of that one. Just at the
Yeah,
back
I mean,
side there.
that's a monster clutch out for Asologies to win that pistol round for Fulltilt. Hijinx, you know, that it felt like their retake was there, and then Archer was like, nah, I need to ego peek this, and then dies, and then it all falls apart. But really good shots from Asologies, though. That was incredible. I mean, look at that Phantom. Phantom, full shields, and full utility. He deserves it.
And I'm full shield 4 away from ultimate. Just sitting in this corner now. I'm not too sure it'll be cleared. Oh, there's 1. Finds 1, there's 2.
Oh my goodness.
Enemy
Going
remaining.
with that spray control, finds 3. Could get another 4K on the round. Is on for it. Paxo only stands in between the way. Asologies and another 4K. And those Seekers getting that ult back up. It's just exactly what they need to close this game out. I mean, even without it, I'm sure they'd get it in the next couple of rounds, but Tanix quickly securing that match point secured for Fulltilt.
That
And
is crazy.
we see that clutch, just those shots go down, and
Yo,
we're back.
We're
We have a
back to
replay
the
inside
JB
of a
clip.
replay. That is
The
exactly
JB clip goes
what
so
we
hard,
need.
man. I don't know what it is about raises on split, but they can't stop. They can't get their faces off of the replays.
They just emanate
Yeah,
the replay energy.
they really do.
That's what matters.
Speaking of replay energy, we might have to play into a third map here if Hijinx lose this round. They'd lose this map 13-2. We'd be going to map 3. I mean, this is definitely a completely different Fulltilt than we saw from Breeze. It's Logix and Senpai each to find a kill. Make it 3 players remaining for Hijinx.
Yeah, Hijinx
10x planning.
needing to do so much here. That raise, those paint chills going down. Not going to be able to stop that plan though. Asology's just going on a tear. Heaven cleared now, and Fondue knows it might just be over and tries to get in there. Not quite making anything happen, and 13-2, a dominant performance out of Fulltilt here. And we're going to Ascent, I think.
Yeah, that's about as dominant as you can get, and we are gonna be ending this series on Ascent. I mean, just real quick to go over the stats. Completely different game out of Senpai, 22-7. You know, not as on paper as impressive as 32-8, but also when you consider the fact that this was a 13-2, so this was only 15 rounds, and you got 22 kills in 15 rounds. That's still pretty impressive.
Yeah.
The other thing that is slightly concerning is Archery went from 32-8 on map 1 to 9-13 on map 2.
Not quite the difference you would like to see. But, you know, maybe it's just not their map. Maybe they just don't play a lot of split. Even though it was their map pick, they just got, you know, counter-shredded on a day like today. But with a map like that, all you really can do is you know, kind of say GG, go next, and focus on Ascent, clear the mental, and just really focus up there.
Well, Claire, I think you're absolutely right. So, we're going to have to set our eyes to Ascent, clear our mentals. We'll be back for map 3 of this series after this very quick break. So we'll see you guys on the other side.
need you. Ooh, I love you. I do need you. Ooh, I love you, love you. I do need you, need you. I do, I love you. I do need you. I love you, love you. I do need you. Ooh, I love you. I do need you. All I wanna do is to put my arms around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in these feelings like okay. I love you, love you. I do, I need you, need you. I do, I love you, love. I do, I need you. I love you, love you. I do, I need you. Ooh, I love you, love. I do, need you. Ooh, I love you, love you. I do, need you, need you. I do, I love you, love. I do, need you. I love you, love you. I do, need you. Ooh, I love you, love. I do, need you.
All right, hello and welcome back. We're back on the Titans of Tier 3 broadcast here. We have Fulltilt and Hijinx going all the way till this map 3. We just saw quite the stomp coming out of Fulltilt on that split, so hopefully, this ascent is not going to be as one-sided as it just was, but I'm Claire and I'm joined by Ancient Angel. What's going on?
Well, what's going on is a map 3 for the ages. It's our second series here in Titans of Tier 3 for our winter 2024 season, and it's going pretty crazy so far. Map 1, pretty close, still a decently strong win for Hijinx, 13-7 or 13-7 for them. Archery standout player going 32-8. Then we go on to map 2. Hijinx looks really, really strong, and they just disappear. Nowhere to be found. Senpai steps up huge on the Viper, delivers FT, Fulltilt, a 13-2. And now we're map 3 of Ascent, and genuinely I feel like this could go either way. I don't think that one team has a crazy advantage.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, we talked about it earlier, but both these teams are very new. Oh, my cat is in the way. My apologies.
Yo!
Oh,
Cat.
okay, and okay, it's all going. Okay, I'm back. All right, so yeah, no, we talked about it earlier, and both these teams are very new. They were both like pretty much free agent teams trying to get into the competitive Valorant scene, but we haven't really seen either of these teams in past tournaments, right? They're still very new, so we don't really know about their map pool, what they're comfortable on, what the agents everyone wants to play. So it is exciting to see both these teams pretty much for the first time compete against each other on like a competitive stage, right? So we really am not sure how this Ascent map might go. Like, I'm assuming we're going to see the same compositions. We were just talking about it, actually, of that Omen, KO, Sova, Jets, and KJ. But, these are Tier 3 teams, so really anything could happen.
Yeah, I mean, presumably it's Ascent, so we're just going to see the standard comps. But, I mean, with the way that these two teams have been playing, this is really interesting to me because we're seeing Senpai back on this Jet when they were on the Viper, and I felt like they did a lot better on the Viper than they've done so far on the Jet in this series. So, I mean, we'll see what happens on this map, but I think with just the way that the roles are kind of playing out right now for both of these squads, I kind of want to give the edge, even though just a little, to Hijinx. Just because it seems like they're a lot more comfortable on these roles than maybe the guys over at Fulltilt are.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, as we were just talking about it, actually, these are the exact same compositions that we were talking about. So that's extremely exciting to see. But I mean, this is what people have been playing for the past year and a half now on Ascent. We have yet to see much differential. We've seen this, this comp thousands, tens of thousands of times played out in competitive Valorant, and you just never really know who's going to take it. It really, at the end of the day, does depend on how they're going to play this composition, Who's just going to be better on the day, whose calls are going to be better, whose shots are going to land more, but, I mean, only time will tell.
Only time will tell, indeed. This feels really interesting to me, just as a game so far, like as a series, because I really am like confused as to like how some of these role changes came about. Like, what are the aversions of some of these players to like not want to pick certain agents, so they have to do these kind of weird role shuffles.
Yeah, I mean, it is just about comfortability at the end of the day. I mean, if you're comfortable and you can get your team to play around you, it is going to make your life quite a bit easier, but slowly getting into this is going to be an A cruncher, and Senpai being able to find two here. You were talking about the Jet not quite showing up, but here in this first round, might have heard you say that and took offense personally.
Maybe. It is possible.
It is, but that spike going down, it does seem that They can sit right onto that spike, and I'm not too sure if Hijinx knows exactly how they want to approach this. Waiting maybe for Foot to run right into him. That archery going in, trying to get a little bit of aggressive. Tanix taken down to 20 HP by that Ghost. That ball, unfortunately not bangable by this Ghost. Trying to swing out, finds one. The round is still alive here, but on its
30
in a
seconds
dire
left.
situation.
It's on what could be considered its last legs. Logic and archaeologies. Aciologies, sorry. Archaeologies.
Last player standing.
Jones. Aciology is able to find one, but Senpai with 3 on the round finishes it up. And that's Full Tilt with, like, what is this, their 3rd pistol of the series so far? Their 4th? Their 4th pistol.
It's their 4th pistol,
Yeah.
which extremely dominant, as we've said before. And you know, this split map is usually, I mean, not split. My apologies. Ascent. This Ascent map is usually favored towards the defenders. Most of the time, not favored too much, as it's gotten, you know, it's gotten more even throughout the years, but it's got that little bit of an edge towards those defenders, which might have been why that pistol was won, but also just massive picks in that A main position.
Speaking of master picks, it's going to be on the hands of 10x to try and do something towards Tree, but instead just says, nope, we're giving up the position, and instead I'm just going to farm with my Marshall. So he gets 2, he's able to get out, he's getting run down by Fondue, and he does go down, but Senpai, with 2 of their own, turns things into a 2v1. Fondue, 1v2. You're able to plant the spike, but what more can really be asked of you?
I thought we were going to continue the rhyme there, but not quite. Fondue in a winnable situation, but again, Logic's is with that Nano Swarm. Gonna shut down Fondue right in the tracks.
But I did continue the rhyme scheme, okay? I said, Fondue, in a 1v2, what more can be asked of you, okay?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, what more can you do? My apologies.
I don't want to rhyme do with do. I said fondue, you know?
Oh, that's a great point, actually.
Yeah.
My apologies again.
That's okay. We all understand.
No, poetry's too hard.
My ARS, my average rhyming score, is through the roof.
Through the roof, I mean, that's fantastic. And getting into this one here, we do have rifles coming out now.
It's a bonus for Full Tilt.
I'll find them.
So Hijinx on their rifles, right? So it's pretty good stuff.
It is what we
Ooh, flash and dash.
Flash dash, the shark attack coming out
Powered down.
from Full Tilt, but I mean, going to be traded 1 for 1. Jet for a Sova. I personally probably would rather lose the Jet.
Entirely possible. That spam forcing these players in B main to walk away for now. Give up that space. Say, you know what? We got our pick. We made it a 4v4. We took out that Sova. That's crucial utility to try and hit a site later on for these attackers. So let's just play defaults. Try and info starve. Win the game.
And info starve, but I mean, just trying to wait for those, you know, those cooldowns to refresh for both these teams. That KO knife just coming back up, not gonna reveal anyone, but they do know that turret was just taken down. Looks like they're walking over towards this B
30
side.
seconds
It
left.
is going to be this Omen. Tanix on the Omen. Needing to stop this push, playing in that backside. Going to plant. No, it's a hero smoke. Aceologies puts a stop towards archery, and it's going to be Ooze playing in this B main position. Spike will be
10
going
seconds
down.
left.
We've seen hero plays happen in this, but that is just going to be such an issue.
Oh my goodness, Aceologies
Last
with
player
a kill on the pack show. Logix is able to take down Ooze. It's now Fondue. 1v3 this time. I don't have a rhyme for this one. Instead, it's Fondue. 1v3, utility carrying him out in every single angle. He's able to find one, but not the second. It's 3 kills out of Aceologies and that Sheriff. That beautiful, beautiful Sheriff cleans up any chance of a bonus round for Hijinx. Full Tilt is up 3-0.
Full Tilt getting up 3-0, and you know, it quite a dominant lead. I mean, going 3-up, 3-0 up, that was like a little bit more of a thrifty for you. And we're seeing Senpai here get out this operator this early into the half. And we were talking about it earlier in this game before.
Placing alarm
The
bot.
operator is not really used as much on most of these maps, because most of the maps, you know, are like Lotus. Why can't I? Lotus and Sunset, right? Where that operator is a little bit harder to get value out of it. But Ascent is where a lot of ops can really shine.
This is where they do their best work, and you see it already. Senpai, they have gone insane in this round. Opening kill on the board.
Opening kill on the board. I mean, we've seen so many people really shine with the hop on this map, you know?
Yeah, they've gone absolutely insane, and now Hijinx, you've lost that Killjoy,
Cover going out.
that crucial bit of utility to watch your flanks, to keep any sort of space that you took under control. You can see that flank starting to take place. Fondue could get caught out, and that he does.
I got the
JB
spike.
able to
Down
find
mid.
2 kills,
Last player standing.
and now... Oh,
It's just a travesty for Fondue. Not gonna be making anything out of that one.
so round 2, it was Fondue in a 1v2. Round 3, it was Fondue in a 1v3. And then round 4, which was the round that just happened, was Fondue in a 1v4.
Placing alarm bot.
So now that we're coming into round 5,
It's only right for it to be a 1v5, isn't it?
yeah, right?
Fondue
I mean-
in a 1v5.
It's possible.
It's
They're all
winnable.
5 innings
Right,
in.
man.
Okay, Senpai. Here.
And then off angle. Next onto archery. Holding down that B main position so well.
We are on track for a 1v5, as of right now.
Fondue holding that spike along with that ultimate of theirs. Trying to play as safe as possible. To continue this pattern.
Look at these 2 players walking in towards mid. That's Fondue.
Scanning ahead.
Fondue would never do such a dangerous task.
Never. He needs to stay alive for the 1v5.
Shock dart.
Logic's it just cannot die either. A lot of utility getting onto him though.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot going his way. Moose is here alongside Ooze. And Fondue. Oh, okay. Good shot by Moose. Takes out Senpai. That off
30 seconds
out of
left.
the round for now. Fondue now in the back of the site. Logic's with 2 kills, though. That's huge. Sure, Fondue's able to trade, but now it's Pack Show and Fondue. 2v3.
Last player
Fondue with
standing.
another kill. Eventually gets
Spike
taken down by
down, B.
Aceologies. It's a 1v2 now required of Pack Show.
Placing 10 seconds
It's not
left.
Fondue for once.
Bomb grenade out.
Someone else's clutching ability put
I
up
got the
on the
spike.
block. It's Pack Show. There's just no time, though. And it's 5-0 for Full
Yeah.
Tilt.
Yeah, Fondue eluded the 1v2 to let Paksho survive in
May
this
the
one,
wind
so
guide your blades, Jet,
Okay, good rhyme.
and my arrows.
See? You got it.
all I can think about right now. The rounds just keep going in the favor of Full Tilt. And, I mean, it seems that they're just going to keep going that way. We do have guns on the board for Hijinx right now, but they have yet to really shine with these.
Yeah, like, it just... I mean, you still have Ooze at 0 kills,
Get out of
you
my
know?
way.
Like, it's rough games.
It is a rough game. Archery getting their hands onto this Blade Storm, though. Trying to make something happen with this. Ascent has always been a difficult map to attack on. There just is not that many lanes to really attack down, and it's hard to do a split push. Mid is so big.
Oh, archery.
Trying to find a pick here. Wanting to be in this dog position.
Be fast.
Oh, finds one. Great shot onto JB. Moose is back here, getting those shock darts out. They do connect just a little bit on the Tanix. Archery finds another one. This is a great round for them to get back into.
Cleared here, no. Logix does not get cleared here. He's able to find 3 kills on this round.
Alright.
Oh, that's disastrous. They had that.
Turrets destroyed.
They did. Just didn't clear it.
One enemy remaining.
Alright, all up the fondue
30
now. What
seconds
can you
left.
do?
1v2. What more can be asked of you?
Not
that much.
Too much. Aceologies takes down Fondue. 6-0. Just too much to ask.
My goodness. This to me just feels like a mental boom from Hijinx. This is like, we got 13-2 on split. Man, nothing matters anymore. It feels very much like they're just going through the motions and they're forgetting to do a lot of important things, right? Like that clear in market, Logic's able to spray down 3 there. Like, first off, the fact that it didn't get cleared is rough, but the fact that he's able to find 3 in that position and what's supposed to be a one and done is insane.
It really is. And getting back into this round, a lot of ultimates for Full Tilt. I would assume if played correctly, this round goes in their favor as well. But Archery getting in here and Logix just holding down this site. We've seen him do it so many times before. But quickly turned it out. But Senpai still, they are holding that They are the op holding down the opposition. And just a wall bang through the wall. What more can you ask of? Shorty goes, jumps into B main, into that smoke. Last player alive. It's Ooze in the back of the site, and another wall bang. Doesn't even need to see their opponents to win these.
God. I said that I didn't know how I felt about the Senpai op, and or not the Senpai op, the Senpai jet. And Senpai, they took that personally. They said, that's so disgusting. That shot is disgusting.
Like, why even need to see your opponents? Just look. I mean, sees Ooze a little bit, but like, why shoot him where you can see you? Senpai does not care. I mean, look at those replays. I don't know. Maybe you should be apologizing to Hijinx. What? For what you activated here.
Yeah.
I mean, Full Tilt still having so many ultimates to their advantage, but doesn't really need to use them. Just out-fragging them. It doesn't seem Hijinx has kind of run out of ideas on what they need to do. Who can they pick off? It seems everyone is playing so safe and so just controlled for Full Tilt.
No charges left.
So safe, so controlled. It really has felt flawless
Here.
for Full Tilt. Look at Senpai already here towards mid, watching for any sort of cross towards market. The dark cover is going to provide a little bit of time for these players to move over.
Could be dangerous if Senpai decides to go any further. Logic still has this lockdown, but again, Archery not being able to find anything. Logic is just so strong. And Logic's going back in, decides, I've had enough of waiting around in Senpai Logic's. Between the two of them, get 5. And the lead extends to 8.
I don't know what to say. This is... If you told me this is how the series was going to end, after map 1, I wouldn't believe you.
It's not over quite yet, but I mean, with how controlled this looks from Full Tilt, it's which way can they get back into it? Is it just trying to do a 5-person site hit? I mean, it might be, but
have to be.
Senpai just finding another shot, and then another. Just continuing to re-peek. This Hunter's Fury coming out and does finally take out Senpai, but Tanix TP's into that wine position, finds 2 themselves. And it's just Moose. 1v4.
Feels like we're taking 1 step forward and then 2 steps back, you know?
We're like 4 steps back.
Okay.
It's looking like, I mean, it's looking like Senpai is just everywhere. Just have to stop Hijinx. They're reading
Senpai has the read.
the map so incredibly well. I mean, if you play it slow, you just waste all your util to clear out that operator, but if you play it fast and play it a little bit reckless, you just kind of run right into it. Need to find that middle ground.
Yeah, it's just
30
Ugh.
seconds left.
what I've seen a lot from this attack side from Hijinx is they opt to like dry clear things at the start and then use utility later on. And so Fulltilt's just like, oh, okay, well, we're just gonna have Senpai hold with an op in those choke points. So now when you dry peek us, we just have an op in your face. Like, I think an aggressive in your face play is fine. You just need to use utility. So that way Senpai's just not mopping you up.
Placing sentry.
Yeah, but it does seem that that's just the case. I mean, they still have 4 ultimates. JB did use that null command, but I mean, still having that Blade Storm lockdown, Hunter's Fury, and from the shadows is just too powerful. Hijinx themselves, though, has that lockdown, but it just can be countered so easily.
Oh, come
and
on!
Senpai is
that's ridiculous.
shutting everyone down.
You're being ridiculous right now. I said, oh, they need to use utility to clear him out. They blind him. They do the flash perfectly. He still gets the shot. They still get the shot. It's ridiculous.
They need to be stopped. But Fondue looking for Tannex here. Having that Guardian, probably not favoring that position. But Moose does not care. But the Hunter's Fury finds 3 in hell. Well, JB is just a bloodbath happening under him.
And JB's like, hey guys, what's going on? I'm so excited. And everyone's just dead.
And everyone's just dead. I think half the kills that Fulltilt's got in this game have been off their screen.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Wait, Aceologies hasn't died.
what?
Aceology has 0 deaths. What is happening? I mean, I know Split was dominant, but I did not expect to see this. Senpai getting flashed there, finally flashed off an angle. A shot was missed. They can miss. We figured it out. But they don't miss twice. They do miss twice. But they do get shut down, finally. But archery... the Guardian spraying that much. The bullet spread is just a little bit too high. Hiling. Jinx, though.
Right here.
Wanting to use the lockdown into this, but Fulltilt does have one of their own, so this retake can easily be done with that. Needs to play a bit safe, but they can't get onto the side off of this. Aceologies finds 1, finds
Spike planted.
2. And it's just Fondue. 1v4, we talked about it, the scripture said it was gonna happen.
There's just something so poetic about Fondue and just being in a 1v4. You know, like it's like a match made in heaven.
It does seem that is the case, but what more is there to do for Fondue?
Try again.
And you gotta get so many there.
He's top of the
Last
leaderboard for his
round in
team.
the half.
Admittedly, that's 6-11, but he still is top of the leaderboard for his team. I'm pretty sure Senpai has...
Card out.
Yeah, if you took Senpai and then just gave him 2 more kills, he would have as many kills as everyone on Hijinx. Combined.
Yeah,
Right.
not... It's grim if you put it that way.
Yeah.
It is grim, but in coming into this one, it's going to be a fast hit. We were talking about this, that maybe this is what they need to turn their game around. No smoke door quite yet. I'm not too sure why. but that's just leaving Senpai having a corridor open and getting on this with the Blade Storm. Finds one, finds two, one. And the 12-0 half comes through. Senpai, I think, on 21
Match point.
kills, if I'm not mistaken. Was that 3 that round? Or was it only 2? I mean, once we see the scoreboard, we'll figure it out, but a quick 12 rounds into this, and
Yeah, that's
it
20
is only
kills, so
20.
he has as many kills as everyone else on Hijinx combined.
They really do.
They are
Don't
going
they?
insane. They do. They
Here.
20 and 5.
So 5, 4, yeah, no, 20.
Jeez.
Okay.
Okay.
A very dominant half.
I guess you'd rather be dominant in map 3 than map 1. You know?
Yeah, I mean, with the decider like this, Senpai really bringing it all together. Pakshaw, though, able to kill that turret, so that's a kill. That's a kill for Hijinx right there. Bringing him back into this. Thinking there's an alarm bot there, but Senpai getting in, wanting to extend their lead, but finds one, gets a great trade onto Pakshaw. Logic's getting caught out, not exactly where you want to be seen, but Senpai on their tirade. Just wanting to kill everyone on the map. Paints another one on for the ace here.
Don't end it with an ace, Senpai. Don't do that. That's just rude.
Not onto Fondue.
Fun, don't do it. Please.
Fondue
Oh,
finds
it's
one.
aceologies.
There we
First
are.
death of
There's
the game.
4. There was
Oh.
an ace, but
Attackers
10x
win.
makes the game end 13-0. The first we've seen this league, and I mean, what is there to say? From start to finish, Full Tilt, bringing the heat, I guess. What?
Yeah.
What a 472 combat score.
Yeah, that
Archery
beat
had
out Archery's-
444.
Yeah, that beats out Archery's combat score on Breeze. 472 for Senpai. Also with a 4 KDA. 24 kills in 13 rounds. That's nearly 2 kills per round. 7 first bloods as well. I mean, this is a jet out of hell. That's what this is.
Senpai's world, and we're just living in it. We're just observers.
Yeah.
Or just spectators into this one, but like, yeah, I mean, as you said, Full Tilt being so dominant on this map. That Breeze map was just their warm-up, was just their nerves shaking off, bringing it in a crazy dominant blitz. It was 13-2, I believe, and bringing it into Ascent, having a 13-3. Hijinx not being able to really form any push or any attack for them. I mean, that last round might have been the closest. It was just Hijinx alive.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably the closest they got it. You know, and the tough thing about this is Hijinx started out in the series so strong, right? Like, we talked about how they were able to come back into Breeze after being down 4-0, and it looked really, really strong from them. And then after that, it was just like a switch got flipped, Full Tilt. They just did their thing. They went off. They took it up to 100, and now they're able to just completely take it across the line and take the whole series, and go up 1-0 in the league.
Yeah, going up 1-0 in the league. I mean, really just off the back of Senpai there, but I think that's gonna do it for us. I mean, I'm Claire. This is Ancient Angel. You can find us. We do have a quick interview.
scheduled. Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see
do
that
an
when
interview.
we are there with whoever, a special guest. I'm sure it's coming out of Full Tilt, but we'll see you. We're gonna cut to a little break, come back to you with that interview, and we'll see you then.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation.
All right, hello and welcome back, everyone. We have Senpai on us with an interview. We're gonna be asking them some questions here. With Ancient Angel, as you've all seen before. And yo, Senpai, you want to greet yourself or say anything, like shout yourself out right now, or
No, just hi, I'm Senpai.
all right. I mean, that's great to hear. I mean, okay, so take us back to this Breeze game, right? It wasn't you didn't have a great performance. Honestly, wasn't the greatest Breeze performance out of you and your team. That was the one map you dropped. What
Mhm.
turned around between Breeze and then the split?
The energy came back up, and that was also our first match that we had played since probably 2 to 3 weeks ago. We had no practice before this because no one had available schedules, and we were actually playing with 2 subs.
I mean,
So it was more of just getting the energy back in and getting the flow going.
all right. I mean, whatever works. Having that warm up, I mean, that's huge. It's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, when we're talking about the kind of overall like structure of the series and more overall the league, like what are your guys' goals or just you personally, if you can't answer for the team, what's your own goal headed like coming into this season? Like, are you looking to try and just take the whole thing, or you just want to see if you can get a good standing, really like prove yourselves, show yourselves here in tier 3, or like what's the thoughts? Because we're here in week 1.
Preferably, we're trying to win it all. I mean, that's the end goal, of course, but getting stats, getting your name out there is a big positive for us. Because
Yeah.
I'm not only a player, I'm also like half co-owner of the org with the other owner.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I see
All right.
you.
All right. Yeah. I mean, take us through, right? Because you didn't scrim. Are you mainly just pugging, or like is there like an IGL? Are the rules set, or are you just all coming into today with like, all right, what does everyone want to play? What's going on?
We have
And
set players with set roles. I'm actually the IGL. We tried to swap it up to our smokes player for a little bit there, but he wasn't as comfortable on it, so I came back to IGLing.
okay, I mean, you were popping off one way or another. I mean, yeah, we saw you on that Ascent round. You were reading them like a book, quite literally like a graphic novel. So, I mean, just incredibly well played from you. And I don't know what
It's
else there
definitely
really is to
graphic.
say.
I mean, that was a slaughter fest. Map 3. I do have to say, we came into map 3 after your Breeze game on Jet, and so I was like, oh, maybe he's just not that comfortable on Jet. So, and then you just completely proved me wrong. You dropped 24 and 6, the highest ACS we have ever seen so far in this league, and I think we'll probably see all of today. I don't think anyone's beating 472. So, congrats on that.
No,
Yeah, do you wanna give any quick shout outs to anyone at home? You wanna
Anyone else
mention,
on the
give your
team?
own?
let's
Yeah.
shout out to my team. I mean, they all played well. Even with Phil's, everyone listened, did their job well. I have
All
no
right.
complaints from them.
Okay. I mean, that's great news to hear. You got anyone else to shout out, like coaches, team org, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook?
Our team Twitter is Fulltilt official 23.
All right. Well, make sure to go check them out. I mean, and that's gonna be it for this game. You can check us in the next one, like an hour-ish or two. That's it from us. Yeah, an hour. We'll be back here. We'll have the casters ready for the last game of the day. So make sure to tune back in. 2 more games today. My apologies. I have no idea what the schedule is, but yeah, tune back in. 2 more games today. Make sure to check in.
complicated. Stop these conversations. Night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. No relation. We got no relation. No relation. Night has come. It's crazy. Night has come. It's only dark. And it goes like this. You could save me. Save me from my isolation. My ways you complicated. Stop these conversations.